All right, all right. We live. What is it? What Q Rich always say? We live on location.
Live from the other side. No play.
I'm your host, King Ralph. I am here with the blackest one, the
What's
homie.
up?
What's good?
Hey, that's my favorite part of the intro, bro.
He always call him dark every chance he get. Bro.
Every chance, man.
Shout out
I
to
get some Right on Me production.
One of my favorite sports podcasts.
Yeah.
But before we get going, even though we at the cribby, send a little shout out to the sponsor. You want to do any music videos, photo shoots, podcasts like what you're watching, you need help consulting with consultation, call the number on the bottom of the screen, 707 Fitboxer. And we got a really, really big upset over the weekend, man. Canelo Alvarez was defeated. I was supposed to be doing something while we was talking. I got to look up bro's name real quick.
Oh, it's Bivol. I forgot his first name though. I call him Bivol. It starts with a D, right?
Is it Bivol?
Yes, Bivol. I think it's Bivol. Bivol.
I know he's Russian. That's the only thing I know.
We apologize to any of our Russian viewers or Russian, Romanian, etc. viewers for any mispronunciation of the name. But we can call him Master B.
Right.
No,
because he put the beats on Canelo. From that first jab, he was like, "Oh, this man is in trouble."
Right, man. So, the question is, are you surprised? You know what? I am surprised in the fact that Canelo lost the fight. However, I'm not surprised how the fight went when I saw how Canelo was actually approaching this fighter in the fight, right? When we look at it, this was, I think, the biggest surprise, Ralph, was the fact that he connected on a career low percentage of his punches in this fight. Canelo came in there and he went strictly for all the power, and eventually he wound up fatiguing out. Bivol, he won by a unanimous decision. What was it, 115 to 113? I think I got in my notes through 12 rounds. But for him to connect on only 84 of those punches, it was crazy. I feel like what happened here was the jab. The key was the jab. That should have been the theme of this fight. Bivol, he came in, he allowed Canelo to be within striking distance, and he kept hitting him with that steady jab, and he had a good enough defense where he wasn't really taking any headshots from Canelo. Canelo's whole thing was, I want to power this dude, and Bivol wasn't having it. The crowd was going wild, etc. Everyone expected Canelo to win easily, and it didn't happen, and so it actually played into the hands of Bivol's advantage. He played the role of the underdog. And also, I actually had a dog on it. I had a quote from Mike Tyson, because Mike Tyson, he pretty much said, he's like, if Canelo doesn't use his jab, or you take away his jab, whatever, he doesn't use it, he's going to lose. He's like, next time, use your jab. He's like, because he has no defense without it, right? And so that's the biggest thing for me. I feel like from a tactical standpoint, Canelo just went in there with one game plan, and he wound up getting his behind kicked. Actually, not only was this his career low in punches landed, but the last time that he looked this bad was actually against Floyd. Yeah. And I believe that was in 2013 when Kurt Cobain was relevant, and we were talking about drinking my cup. So that was a long time ago, bro. But I got the punch count. Outlanded him. Bivol outlanded him 152 to 84. Canelo relied too much on his punching power. Bivol wants a rematch. I'm of the mindset when you lose to an opponent like that, you got to go up against him again, bro. That's just me. But
run that back.
Yeah, you got to run that back. But at the end of the day, I was surprised because I didn't expect this fight to really be competitive at all, with all due respect. And hearing from the legends like Mike Tyson, hearing from the legends like Roy Jones after the fight, Roy said that Canelo is still the biggest draw in his opinion. So you got to run that back. All right.
I mean, I get it. It's sometimes although he didn't lose in the same fashion as Joshua when he lost to Anthony Ruiz.
Yeah, or Pacquiao.
Or Andy Ruiz. Yeah, so like when with Pacquiao, his was a little different because his was actually closer to this decision.
That is true.
He lost in a decision where Joshua was hit and got hurt, and then he just happened to get that he was able to finish off the fight with the way they stopped the fight.
Right.
So where Canelo, you do got to run that back, but Canelo was dominant and clearly outclassed.
Yes.
In this fight. And so although it could come down to where he came out there swinging for the fences, thinking that he was going to knock this dude out, and Bros was a little bit more ready than what he anticipated. So, but you watched the fight. Like, I didn't really get a chance to watch the actual fight because I'm not even going to cap. I was of the mindset of you. I thought it wasn't going to be close. I was at work at the time, but I still could have been able to watch it.
Yeah.
I have my ways.
I didn't pay for it. I'll tell you that. So don't worry about it.
I was like, yeah, I'm kind of cool. Canelo gonna win this one. And then I looked up. I was on Twitter because I recently got back on Twitter. And somebody was like, yo, Canelo is getting worked out in this fight. So I went and started trying to find it. And then I seen the little clips they were showing. Then later on I was able to catch highlights of the fight. And yeah, bros. Whatever that game plan was, use another.
Yeah, you got a jab, man.
Cause that jab, bro, and he got a nice jab too, man.
Right. He was trying to go for that hard hitting force though, and whatchamacallit Bivol, he wound up taking it. He was able to take it. So
right, and that's the thing about it is I think that kind of goes to show the arrogance that one can have when they do a lot of winning. Because it's bro, you can't keep going up in weight and expecting you're not gonna be able to knock out everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So it's for him to start at a certain weight class, now you can work your way up to all the way to middleweight, where he literally fought Floyd at welterweight.
That's another reason why I respect Floyd, by the way. His versatility.
Yeah. And Floyd made him look bad though. I didn't get to see it as far as how was he? I'm not sure if it was just he was blocking him, but Floyd was he was swinging and missing.
No, even if you look at the stills of it, bro, it's bad. The slow-mos, bro, Canelo wasn't hitting anything but air.
Right. Oh, you heard
he was overmatched. Yeah.
But do you think Canelo can get him in a rematch, or you think?
Yeah, he can get him
Dimitri Bivol.
He can get him in a rematch because I believe that Canelo will take him more seriously next time. You know. I think Bivol will have the confidence that he believes he can hang, but he didn't get what I consider Canelo's best shot. And if he got Canelo's best shot, it would be lights out. So yeah, he can definitely get him in a rematch, especially when you're talking about a career low. Those are things what did they say? I think Shannon Sharp once said, he said the greater you are, the bigger the ego you actually do have, right? And so I think that's, especially with a sport like boxing, there's a level of arrogance, kind of a classy arrogance that people kind of have in a way. Some people are cocky, whatever it is, what it is, you want to call it. But and that pride is going to, as an individual, it's an individual sport, is going to come to fruition. So I definitely believe that if Canelo and Bivol, like we said, they were to rematch, I believe Canelo would handle him with all due respect. So
I think that's the way that he fought, and that's the way that the fight went.
Yeah. But the weight also matters too.
I'm still gonna give Bivol the edge. But if Canelo is who they say he is, he'll come out and be much better in this fight, because that game plan was atrocious. You got scrapped that one, burn that, like Craig Sager suit.
Burn that suit. It's trash.
Burn that John. And so we got a little bit of time left. We're gonna do 30 seconds. Former Michigan State player Adrian Payne passed away yesterday. So we're gonna take the rest of the time we got left and have a moment of silence for bros. All right. And over the weekend, some announcements were
Who?
some awards were
Mm-hmm.
given out. Monty Williams
Mm.
has been what do they call it? Selected or been voted as the coach of the year for the
Yeah.
NBA. Did they get it right, Brody?
I'm gonna keep it honest with you. Out of the candidates that that were up for the coach of the year, or should I say out of the finalists, yes, they got it right. But in terms of my personal choice, he was not my personal choice. I've been on the record. I felt like I really do believe, based off what he had to work with, Ty Lue should have been the coach of the year, but I knew that wasn't going to happen. But for you to even be in playoff contention and without a Kawhi Leonard the whole season, without a Paul George, who we had as a dark horse MVP candidate, and then he tears his UCL in his elbow, he misses a whole bunch of games. He only played in 31 games this season, and then you have a chance to pretty much win in the play-in, and the night before, the day of, or whatever, you find out that he's in COVID protocol, and which causes you, obviously, you wind up losing to the Pelicans. I think, and you could have had a rematch of last year of the Suns and the Clippers in the playoffs in the first round matchup, and the Clippers probably would have got waxed. But I believe that just the level of, to be able to do that without a top 3, top 5 player, and then a top 15-ish player, depending on if some say top 10. But I think now we have so much talent in the league. That's incredible. So he would have been my personal choice for it. But out of the finalists, yes, Monty Williams. Because like we said on one of our previous shows, Ralph, the expectation that you have, it's once when you take a team to a championship, or should I say the NBA Finals, everyone's kind of gunning for you again, right? Because you're the number one team in the Western Conference. It's not the same as when they're gunning for the defending champion, but to win 65 games, to have statement games. I know they beat, I think, the Bucks in their first matchup, but you knew that was going to be revenge, but they didn't die down. They've beaten pretty much all the good teams this season. And Monty Williams coaching without Devin Booker at times, without CP3, who got that injury, without Cam Johnson, without Jay Crowder, and without DeAndre Ayton at different points of the season. All those guys have missed a significant amount of games, or a handful of games. So I think that Monty Williams, who I thought actually possibly could have got it last season, I think that they're saying, okay, well, let's give it to him this season. Plus, we can back it up with the win. So I'm not opposed to it. Out of the finalists, I think it's fair. I think it could go either way with a lot of different coaches.
I get that, and I definitely agree. It's one of those things where it's like a kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't type of thing. Because like, you could go. It's easy. I just think it's every year. Every year, it's easy to just go with the best, the coach for the best team.
Mm-hmm.
Although he did do a really good job given what happened, the injuries, like you said. Eric Spoelstra was another person that was in contention, and he dealt with the same issues. Now, does he? I don't think that he has the same quality of players that were hurt. So I am going to give Eric Spoelstra a little bit more credit with that.
Yeah.
And his team, I think they were third in the NBA. Because I think the Grizzlies and
oh, you mean out of record? Yeah, they were third because
they were first in
the 5. Then Grizzlies. Right. I think they had a better record than the Warriors. The Warriors slipped up when Steph went in that slump.
Right.
Yeah.
I do think that, but like I think one person that should have got way more looks was JB Bickerstaff.
Yeah, you mentioned that Cavs, right?
Right.
Cavs, yes. No one saw the Cavs really coming like that.
Right. And they got a 5th seed. No, I think they got.
I think they had the 5th seed, as high as a 5th seed at one point in the season.
Yeah, they were as high as a 5th seed.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I think they did have a 5th seed because the Raptors.
Mobley got hurt. That's what it was.
Yeah. And so like, I think what he was able to do with that young team, getting them to the playoffs, getting that high in the playoffs with what he was given. I just feel like those other 3 teams had expectations. Even though a lot of their good players got hurt, it's like, all right, instead of having 8 players, now you got 6 or something like that can go get 20. Like it's one of them things where like the Heat, All right, you lose Jimmy Butler, but now you're just putting another person that can shoot
Yeah.
in the game to where now Spoelstra can coach. So it's like now you got a lot of action, you got a lot of moving, you got a lot of moving parts, people that's coming off screens, down picks, back cuts, and all of this. And the offense is still going to flow. Plus, you got willing defenders, which is what I think it really boils down to, or whether or not you get the most out of your team defensively, and that's where I think and make the right adjustments when the time comes. That's where you can tell if someone's a really good coach or not. Yeah. But to get back to my point, I do think I agree. I like the decision, although I wish some people would have got more looks.
Yeah,
in this spot,
I
would have went to JB Bickerstaff, but all three finalists are really good coaches. And then we got another one, Jokic, back to back MVPs. Get it right.
So here's the thing. Me and you, we always have a good old conversation. I feel like over like the last 2 years, we've had this conversation about the MVP and what does the MVP really mean? And I've said many a time, Ralph, I've said that for me, I look at value in terms of value, not best record or best player on the best team. Because if your team is loaded, like say like the Miami Heat super team and LeBron winning two back-to-back, but then, KD doesn't win or whatever, or they say he can't win. Like, doesn't always necessarily mean that you're the best player. Unless you're the closer, the best defender, and the one initiating the offense and the playmaker, then I kind of get it because it happens. So by the pure definition for me of having to do more with least, Jokic would be the MVP. So when him winning it, I'm not upset with it. Upset wouldn't be the word, but I get where the Joel Embiid people come into play. Because if you look at the advanced analytics, the analytics favor Jokic. However, if you look at it from a statement game standpoint, right. Joel Embiid, all right. When he played Nikola Jokic this season, he averaged 34 points per game. They only played once, right? 9 rebounds per game, 4 assists per game, shot 55% from the field, 100% from three, which I think he took like 4 threes that game, and then 90% from the free throw line, right? At the center position. Jokic in that same game averaged 22 points per game. Okay, so a big drop off in points. But Embiid is a better scorer. He averaged 13 rebounds per game, 8 assists per game, 50% from the field, and 33% from 3-point line, right? So then someone's like, well, who won? Well, the Nuggets did win. They won by 4 points, and a win is a win, and the key is to win, and you could talk about the talent of the team. However, the MVP isn't a team award. The MVP is an individual award. Then we look at Giannis Antetokounmpo. He made amends in the second game, but in both games, Embiid still performed good. In the first game, he actually outperformed Giannis. I think he had a 42 piece on the Bucks without James Harden, right? So he's showing up in statement games, and we can look at Jokic playing with Bones Highland and Austin Rivers and Aaron Gordon. I mean, the dude has really no one initiating the offense. I give him that. So with Embiid, I'm looking at the conference though. Jokic played in a conference where a 36 win even sounds weird. A 36 win Pelicans team, guys, made the playoffs, bro. As an 8 seed, a 42 win Clippers team made the playoffs without Kawhi. I mean, almost made the playoffs without Kawhi Leonard. And then a 34-win Spurs team made the play-in game. Think about this, Ralph. We've been watching the NBA for years. When the hell has a 34-win team been able to be in any type of playoff or play-in? That's ludicrous, 34 wins.
Yeah.
Shaq's number, where Embiid played in a conference where it was more potent, where he had to go up against a Kevin Durant. And they're a 7 seed with who used to be the number 1 seed in the East prior to Kevin Durant's injury, right? So, I mean, and then you look at some of these other teams. So I feel like if you're going for Embiid, you're going based off statement games. You're going based off of on-ball defense is just better, right? You could say, well, their defensive rating, Jokic has a slightly better defensive rating when he's on the court, but it's only by 1 point. And Ben Simmons isn't there for Embiid, so he has to make up for that. So it's like you're splitting hairs, but I believe based off the statements, and I believe based off the conference, and I believe just based off of just being the better scorer, Embiid has a strong enough case where you could say that he should be the MVP. But I think that because Jokic had a historical season, they gave him the edge, and he doesn't have Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. So I get it. I understand why they gave it to him, but I understand why people would feel that Embiid was snubbed. That's my case. There we go.
I think they got it wrong, bro.
All right.
Go ahead. The only thing about it is I'll give Jokic the fact that he had a historic season.
That's what they're going based off of.
But I just hate this whole notion of like, well, Jamal Murray didn't play, Michael Porter didn't play. Bro, before they got James Harden, the Sixers were first in the East for a long period of time.
Yeah, in a tough East.
And their second best player is Tyrese Maxey, who, if you go into it, if you really want to talk about it, how many people outside of me and maybe a handful of people, I had one other conversation with someone who thought that Tyrese Maxey could be their second best player, even with Ben Simmons on the court.
Not consistently, because they paid Tobias Harris $35 million a year. Yep.
It's like Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey,
right? And
they were first in the East.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'll give you like, all right, you started off the season on Jamal Murray, and then Michael Porter goes down as well, and you're still where did they finish? 6th.
They finished 6th in a weak West.
Yeah, and so I'm like. Then it's like, what did the Sixers finish? I think the Sixers finished 6th, right?
No, the Sixers finished higher. They finished, 5th or 4th? Let me see. I just had it. They finished 4th.
4th, right? All right. Yeah.
They were 6-8 without Embiid. When Embiid was off the court, they had a 6-8 record, and they had the 6th best defense in the NBA.
I just feel like everything that you said plus what I just said
gives Embiid a nod.
Because it's like, all right, if you're gonna say, all right, you had to do more with less. You're able to get out of it, and then the numbers aren't really like that crazy. Like as far as averages, because like Embiid is averaging like 6 more points or something like that. But then it's like on the assist side, he doubles him in assists. So it's not like not a playmaker. He's averaging like 4 or 5 assists.
Right.
Averages like 2 more rebounds. So it's not like he's blowing him out the water and stuff. But
I just know what Embiid does defensively. And I know it's not, we don't care about the playoffs, bro, but I know you saw that possession versus Oladipo.
Yeah.
Like, just all due respect, Jokic can't do that.
No, I don't care what that defensive
exactly.
efficiency says, the rating says. I watched the tape.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think the people who voted for him
island blow by.
Yeah.
And Embiid, you might blow by him, but he's fast enough to recover.
All right.
Bros be getting them chase down blocks off the backboard. Something crazy.
And he doesn't get locked up by like Bam Adebayo, and that's no disrespect to anyone, but it's like him having a consistent mid-range game. It matters. Now everyone can score in different ways, and you can be more ground and pound, or you can be like an Embiid. But Embiid can do a little bit of both, and it's like he's proving it.
% from 3 this year,
right? Almost 40%, bro. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like he's harder to game plan. I think he's the hardest big to game plan against. I really do. I really do. So,
because with Jokic, his part of him is, I'm just gonna let you do you.
Yeah.
And he beats you by himself, where he normally will beat you with his passing ability. It's like that LeBron versus Michael Jordan thing, where Embiid is like, get out the way, I'm getting 40.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that because, the reason why I brought it is because, like, I don't want people to think, yo, Kai, you sacrilege, like they was marking Kawhi and PG. I'm like, no, I know what it was like because I was like, yo, they can't stop this fool, and they can't. And they in the regular season, He still beat them before and after the Aaron Gordon trade. The following season, he was kicking their behind, and Paul George was like, "It's Jokic, man. I get what Jokic," but I'm just saying, like, if you, I don't like to say take away, but like, if it's just okay, you just need to score and carry the offense. He always had it, and he had in Murray in like in the biggest moments, and it's like Embiid. Like, if Embiid said, "I want to get 50," like you're saying, I want to get 50, he can do it. Jokic, he could get you 50, but I don't think it's like on command like that. You feel me? It's not on sight like that. You got to hit him with some pick and pops. You got to set him up. Like Embiid is like, no,
I'm gotta get hot.
Yeah, I'm putting the ball between my legs. I'm blowing by you. I'm dunking on you. I'm pulling up on you. I'm gonna give you a little dream, ha 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 ha. Shake like. You get what I'm saying, bro? Like,
he gonna get the crowd into it.
Bro, I think he's better, bro. I think he's better, man.
Me too, 100%, man.
Yeah. So
after Game 4 on Mother's Day, a random fan gets to an altercation with Chris Paul's wife and mother. Ends up putting his hands, according to a report. CP3 tells him, "I'll see you later."
Mm-hmm.
We this isn't the first time we talked about a fan interaction. So
yeah, Russell Westbrook, a couple different things, man.
At this point, we can agree that things are getting out of hand. How does the NBA solve this?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. People can hate me for what, but they need to threaten to like detain people for like an hour or something. Just call it timeout. Just like we had to go to a secret place, or not a secret place, it's a quiet place, whatever. I mean, I got whooped, but some people had to go. I was like, we didn't have that, but some people like, hey, go to the
secret place. I don't know who's going to
I was impersonating a certain demographic of America. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway.
Just put your stairs, huh?
I'm a good hate mail. I got whooped. I got my behind whooped. But they'll be like, hey, go to that quiet place or go to that quiet corner. You know what I'm saying? It's like lucky. Man, I got whooped. But no, they need to detain people for an hour in some type of holding cell or something, bro. I'm serious, or something. Because like this is not right. If you're not, or fine them. Either you're kicking them out, you're fining them, or you're detaining them for an hour. Something needs to go on because, like you said, this is happening more and more, and fans feel like they're in power. They feel like they can heckle and say certain things out of line. And then once you're putting your hands on somebody, that is when the defense mechanism kicks in. It's, for example, like my dad used to say, hey, someone put your hands on them, send them to the cemetery. You know what I'm saying? Because not literally, but because you don't know what their intent is.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? It's almost like if someone came up from behind you. Okay, you have no idea what their intent is, bro. So you gotta be ready at all times. So, and especially when you're dealing with someone's mother and a female in that situation, and we gotta make sure we protect our women. I didn't rock with that at all. So Chris Paul's response, I had no issue with it. And fans like that, they need to be dealt with. So I feel like they need to enforce some type of stricter laws or something. Or if they don't want to hold them for like an hour or something, or kick them out, find them. Because the one thing that you can hurt people with is money. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to find them no NBA money, like, but be like, hey, you're gonna have to pay a $250 fine.
Hit them with the 35,000. 25,000.
Or something. Or
you put your hands on me 25,000 right now.
I'll say anywhere between 250 and 500, but it might have to be 1,000 because some of these people are rich. So
honestly,
right. Yeah.
I'm with CP3 later. What CP3 said. I'll see you later.
Yeah,
I'm gonna remember that.
Yep.
I'll see you later. Because I don't care how old he is. He looked young too.
Mm-hmm.
These hands are equal opportunists. And you're not putting your hands. And I'm honestly, for me, it's like one of the moments with some kids. There are some kids you don't have to whoop. There are some kids you just got to whoop someone else and have them see it, and they'll be like, "I'm not doing that." If that's what happens.
Yeah.
And so it's the NBA is not gonna do this by no sense of the word, but you gotta let somebody get toe off. Cause like at a certain point, you're not just gonna keep disrespecting me.
Thanks.
And just go for the sake of the company, not do nothing. Because I always say, if you knowingly go mess with someone and there's a reaction that can come from it, and you do it anyway, you got to be prepared for whatever that reaction is.
Right.
And I don't think that you can go in, like I tell people, like if I go slap Shaq and Shaq whoop my ass, I can't be like, oh my God, Shaq's twice my size. Why did he hit me so hard? It's like, no, you can't control that reaction, yo. So like at some point there has to be some type of equal.
Every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction kind of thing.
Yeah, like an equal punishment.
Retaliation. Oh, punishment. Okay.
Equal punishment, because it's like, all right, cool. If I go haul off on this dude that's calling me the N-word, then they'd be like, well, sticks and stones break your bones, but words never hurt you. Boy, I'll slap the hell out of you.
Right. Like, so my freedom of speech, man. Freedom of speech.
Like, you wouldn't say that to me in my face if I was standing on the street.
Right.
And so it's like, I think at a certain point, they got to do something. I feel like you got to go straight to the extreme. You got to make an example out of people. Lifetime bans.
I like that one.
Because it's like, bro, why are you like? It's like they know they could get away with certain stuff. Like if I fight you, a random person, or if I fight Chris Paul's mom, I'm just gonna get kicked out and that's it.
Right.
But it's like, why are you here to fight, bro? Like I get it, we're here. We some people are super competitive about their team, but I just never understood when people get to fighting people in the stands. Like, bro, I'm here to watch the game, bro. I'm gonna talk my shit, but like, you can talk yours too, bro. I'm not really getting I'm not really getting mad. Like,
yeah,
it's that competitive banter. But I think that some people it's a certain line that can't be crossed.
Right. There needs to be boundaries in place, and there needs to be a harsh, strict punishment. But I know you mentioned the lifetime ban, and I feel like that should already be implemented, because I know they implemented certain things with certain, I don't know if it was the NFL or whatever, but the lifetime ban, it automatically allows the NBA to remove that type of individual or that type of behavior, because that's what you want to. You want to make sure fans come in, but you want to remove that type of stuff from happening again, reoccurring again, right? So with the ban, it's like, yo, you can't even come here. And what I would do is I would actually do one better. How about this? Lifetime ban, but don't make it just for the arena. Make it for the NBA games. I'm sorry, you lost your privileges, because you can ban them from one arena, but they could go and act a fool at another arena.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And so there's 32 teams in the NBA or whatever it is. So it's like, yeah, I think that that could be something that they could implement league wide for the fans. So, and also, by the way, you mentioned Shaq, because I was like, man, this should have made that a quick topic. But the Shaq versus Rudy Gobert thing, I was like, man,
bro,
Rudy Gobert lost his mind, bro.
Go sit down, bro. Sit down. Like we was defending you last week. Just relax. Sit down.
Hey, we're gonna have to delete that one.
Yo, sit down. Like,
oh man,
not handle Shaq. You talk about I'll lock his ass up, boy.
Bro, he really said that, bro.
Did you not see what he did to David Robinson? And he was made of muscle,
bro. He put him through the rim.
Bro had 2% body fat, and Shaq threw him off like just. Oh, let me get this. I'm trying to get this shirt off.
Facts.
And then put him in the rim.
Hey, my favorite one is the Chris Dudley one. When Dudley got up and threw the ball at him, he was like, ooh.
He pushed him and he got up and threw the ball. But bro,
he said, get down, little man. Boom. Oh, man. Hey, Shaq had the most disrespect on his dunks, bro. He didn't care, bro. He said, I'm going to dunk on you in front of your children, your wife, your spouse, your side chick. It don't matter, man. You're going to get this work.
I remember when he hit Mutombo with that elbow. On that step move, I've never seen a man's soul leave his body so quickly.
Bro, could you imagine what it feel like?
About retirement in that moment, he was like, yeah, bro, I'm straight. I don't think I can do this no more.
I heard I forgot who it was. I heard an NBA player say like Shaq literally. I mean, one time I had to check into a hospital or something like that. I don't know what it was. I'm like, yeah, because you probably taking all that pound into your heart, bro. Like them bows. Nah, man, knock the wind out of you.
Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
James Harden
Yeah.
and the Sixers. What is it? Is it game 4 or is it game 5 now?
5. I got 5 on it.
And lose game 4. James Harden finally comes through clutch. I think he had about 15.
Right.
Excuse me. I think he had about 15 points in the fourth quarter. Ended up with 31. Now he almost had a triple-double. Shout out. Can he do it again?
Can he do it again? Yes. Will he do it again? Probably not. But I hate to be the Debbie Downer in the dark cloud of sadness. Like this is one of those what is it? What's that commercial with the little blobs that are like depression? I hate to be that kind of person. But and watch him drop like 50 tonight because I said that. But no, because we haven't seen this from James Harden pretty much practically all season from a consistent basis. I truly believe first I want to give my props to James Harden for doing that, but he did what he was supposed to do. Quite frankly, he did what he was supposed to do, protecting home court advantage. Embiid was able to come back, and I felt like he infused life into that team that seemed lifeless for a minute, and James Harden fed off of Embiid. And also, I truly believe, because we talked about the MVP, that Embiid is pissed off because we still have yet to get his comments about the MVP voting situation. And Tyrese Maxey said that, obviously he's upset about it. And Doc Rivers said, things go their way. And Doc Rivers is focused on the game. But Embiid, he mentioned his defensive prowess. And he said he pretty much needs to do a better job on defending Jimmy Butler in this game. And they're going to Miami. And neither team has won on each other's home court. So I still believe, Ralph, that to win the series, you need to play high-low, play through Embiid, and get the open looks for James Harden. So I believe that he can do it again, but do I have ultimate faith that he will do it again? No, because I have yet to see it. I actually need game 5. The series isn't even over if they win game 5, but I just feel like if they win game 5 and James Harden actually –
I think they will. I think whoever wins game 5 is going to win the series.
I think they're winning game 5 too tonight too. So there we go.
Now, when I picked the Heat.
Yeah. Are you still rolling with the Heat or?
Yeah.
Okay. Same.
Yeah. I'm going to roll with the Heat because James Harden's history, bro. Like at a certain point,
exactly.
are who we thought you were.
Right. Yeah.
I want you to go prove me wrong. Honestly, I'm not like one of them people that's like, oh, I don't want him to hoop. Like I actually want him to hoop.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not a big Miami Heat fan either, anyway, to be honest, but it is what it is.
Like go hoop, bro. Like you just did exactly what you were supposed to do. The thing that I thought was impressive about it was that it was Jimmy Butler guarding him on a lot of those plays. So the fact that he was able to get that with Jimmy on him, because sometimes people are like they'll switch off, get a weaker defender and an attack, which is still smart at the end of the day. But when you're still able to get that bucket, you getting that step back 3. Once he hit that second one, I looked at my brother, was like, I even tweeted it. I was like, yo, James Harden start cooking.
Mm-hmm.
They in trouble. Because not only you got someone that's attacking from the low, you got somebody attacking up high. And then it's like, where do you really stop? Because it's not like you could double team one, because then he hitting the 3 right now.
Yeah. I mean, if he's cooking, they're going to win the series if he's cooking, right? Essentially, because they're going to win if he's cooking too.
But like you said, like we said a couple episodes ago, I got Heat in 6.
Same.
So
it would have to be, let's see.
I just thought they would be able to get one without Joel. I thought they would get that game too, and they didn't.
Wait, hold on. My bad. I'm thinking about something, Ralph. Because we said Heat in 6. We both had them, right?
Yeah.
So, but we have the 76ers winning tonight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would put the Sixers.
I got the Heat because I said whoever wins this wins.
Yeah.
Whoever wins 5, game 5 is going to win the series.
I'm trying to think something because I don't want to mess it up. So that would mean they would go up 3-2. No, yeah, 3-2, right? If the 76ers won.
Right.
Either team, but let's say the 76ers won. If I pick the 76ers to win in Miami and the B goes off, all right, they go up 3-2. That means the Heat still have to win
6 and 7.
6 and 7. Oh, they would have to win in 7 games, right?
Yeah. Because if it goes 7, I'm picking the Sixers.
Yeah. Who won game 3? The Sixers?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that was Embiid's second game back.
I might have to roll with you, bro, on that. Because I don't want to contradict my statement based off that. Like if they're gonna if I'm having the 76ers win, that means that momentum has completely shifted.
Yeah.
So all right. That's gonna be fun. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see how they respond.
Because for me, bro, like that's why, like I said,
and Lowry's
out 7 though. I'm picking the Sixers.
Yeah, and Lowry's out.
Yeah.
So that means Gabe Vincent is the starting point guard. If James Harden can't cook Gabe Vincent, then come on, man.
Right. It's yours for the taking. Go get it, Brody.
Right, bro. You need to cook Gabe Vincent. I'm not even asking for a switch, bro. I'm not trying to get Oladipo or Jimmy or Bam. Actually, I don't want Bam because Bam would be the one that probably catches him on the switch. Just cook Gabe Vincent. Body him up. Take him to the rack. Get to the line. There we go.
And might have to come back to it depending on how much time we got.
Yeah.
But on to the next one. Ja Morant is out. Tweaks his knee in game 3.
Bars.
Little rap row. Tweaks his knee in game 3. So the Grizzlies put up a good fight. Are able to outlast them in the final minutes to eke out a win. It's 3-1 series in favor of the Warriors. Can the Grizzlies beat the Warriors without Ja?
They had a chance last night and they blew it, and that means no, they cannot. So I thought they could. I think we both picked them to win. We were talking, last night with Bullet Head Mike Brown coaching. The new the new head coach for the Sacramento Kings, interim head coach for the Warriors. But hey, lo and behold, did I know that they're 12-0 when Bullet Head is coaching. So shout out to Bullet Head. Yeah. So hey, whatever pep talk he was giving, somebody was listening or pretending to listen to it. I don't know what's going on in the huddle. But yeah, hey, the thing with me, I'm not sure if you watch. Yeah, you did watch the game. And you probably think the same, was how the game was going. It was like the Warriors were like kind of letting them hang around in that game, and the Warriors are taking that BS threes and just playing at a fast pace. And I know like Charles even talked about it. But the thing with what we like about the Grizzlies is they're a team that I believe they were 20-5 in the regular season without Ja. I know it's the regular season, but Jaren Jackson had 5 blocks that game. He was blocking everything. They rebound and they utilize Steven Adams to put some size on that court. So I really thought that without Ja, a close game, having Steven Adams there in Golden State in a must-win game, actually, for them to actually fall short, that was something that I really wasn't expecting. I actually really thought they could pull this out because I thought the series would be closer. But up 3-1, the chef, game 6, Clay on the horizon as well. Klay Thompson might go off on the road. Who knows? So, yeah, I think this is the series when we look at all the series so far in the playoffs with, both series in the East tied 2-2. The one series in the West, Phoenix and the Mavs tied 2-2. And the Warriors and the Grizzlies, the Warriors have a seeming to be a vice grip lead on them at 3-1. I believe the Warriors are ultimately just a better team right now because they're not making mistakes. And that's really what it comes down to. And we talked about that previously about, I think the Grizzlies actually could beat them, but the problem is ultimately the lack thereof of mistakes of Golden State will what is that word? I'm trying to think of the word. What's the word, Ralph? Will prevail. I think that's what really happened. And I think the Buffalo Wild Wings refs have been reffing this series since game 1, but that's another story. So
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think they can, bro. I really
Mm.
do. They played really well. I think that they were a few bad calls. Obviously,
Mm.
there's mistakes throughout the game that where those calls wouldn't have mattered.
Mm.
That happened, but at the same time, it's like given the time that in which it did happen, is where I
Yeah.
take issue with it, because it's like, all right, if you watch that game, we can both agree they was letting them play. I was seeing people get harassed on the way to the rim and no call. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like they just letting them hoop. I'm actually kind of cool with that.
Yeah.
And I look up, Draymond, it's like about 5 minutes left in the game, 6 minutes left in the game. Draymond gets an attitude about a call. And then, like, certain plays after that, you're just seeing, like, touch fouls and
Mm.
Steph comes off of a pick. And earlier in this game, there are certain plays where people try to go to step through. They make a little contact, no call. But it's like this call, they give it to Steph. And it's just like, all right, that's kind of interesting. But all right, y'all ignored it earlier. Why are we calling it now? Then Desmond Bain barely puts his hand on Steph's back. Unless he knows the 1-inch punch, ain't no way Steph Curry's supposed to be jumping out of bounds right now.
Man.
And so they call it on him, and that's with like a minute 40 or like 45 seconds left in the game.
It was over after that point.
And at that point, it's like
With
they
that
have an opportunity where he's gonna grab the rebound, obviously, and he's gonna go up and score his layup because it's just a simple grab and scoop.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, so now at that point, the game's in a certain way. All right, cool. Whatever happens, Steph gets, since they've already called it, Steph gets of 2 free throws. They come down. Jaren's going to shoot, and his left arm's getting hit as he's shooting.
Mm.
And it's like, then it goes super short. They're like, oh, Draymond with the block. No, he hacked that man.
The way he says, oh, Draymond with the block.
Not Draymond with the block. That's Draymond with the foul.
Oh man!
Like
I see hacking him across the body.
Then for the last 15 seconds, I'm seeing Steph laughing and all
right. Nodding to the crowd, just cheesing at the free throw line.
Yeah, like come on, bro. Like, no, I don't want to hear no whole. Oh, the Warriors able to the veteran leadership hugs with Mike Brown. Like, no, bro. The refs.
Yeah.
The refs. Thank God for the refs.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Hey, I didn't see nothing.
I was so hot, bro. I'm tired of it. Refs. Hey, y'all hiring? Obviously. I hope so. I need a shot, bro.
Yeah.
Just give me a chance.
But you know the funny thing about it all, in a way, is we talked about, like, because I said before the season I put money on a matchup. Now, as the season waned or whatever progressed, I figured, okay, we're looking toward a rematch at last year's finals. However, what I actually put money on was East Bucks, West Warriors. And I said that it was the 75th anniversary of the NBA. And it just so happens to be the 75th anniversary of the Golden State Warriors. Klay Thompson is coming back, right? The Warriors have been down for 2 years, and Steph Curry doesn't have a finals MVP. This all, when we talk about narratives, right? And the sports are always narrative driven and media based and all that kind of stuff. And the Warriors have a great team, and they found Jordan Poole. Someone can give him 30 points, and Steph Curry doesn't even have to play like 38 minutes a game, and everyone's clicking. They got Wilt Chamberlain's son, Otto Porter Jr. in there. They found Wiggins. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything's going. Gary Payton.
Otto Porter hit step back threes. I was like, oh, Grizzlies, y'all in some trouble now.
Exactly. And I'm like, yo, they're the ball movement, the team. Like, I'm like, the threes. I'm like, this is all setting up for that narrative.
He hit 4 threes, bro. I was like, not Otto Porter hitting 4 threes.
Right.
And he had like 4 blocks or something like that too. I was like, wait, what? Is that a hair?
Yeah. But legacy year, and even Draymond's like, we're gonna win the chip. I still don't believe they're going to win the chip though. Now, but if the team I think is gonna win when the chip gets knocked out, which they very well could get knocked out by Boston, then they probably will. But we'll see, because I got to see what happens with Phoenix tonight. Phoenix in Dallas, because Luka been taking it to them. But the Buffalo Wild Wings refs, I just feel like they've had too much influence, like you said, bro, over this series. Draymond clearly hacked them.
Bro.
Hacked them, bro. Like, and he also hacked the old boy. What was it? It was in game 1. Who do you hack in game 1 that caused controversy?
Oh, Brandon Clark.
Thank you. So, yeah, bro, I just feel like this narrative, I think I just have this feeling, I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to say they're a bad team, but people like the Warriors. Don't you find it suspicious that everyone was on the Warriors after like the preseason? You had people like Steve, they're winning the chip. They're winning the chip. Everyone's on them, bro. Like,
no, it doesn't make any sense to me. I think that they got a glaring hole in the middle that I don't think
a dominant big, bro. I'm telling you, man.
They're gonna run. I don't see them beating the Suns, in my personal opinion. But
that's the matchup. But go ahead.
Don't make it.
All
right, then that just changes the game, because then I'm definitely taking Steph, Draymond, and Clay over.
Yeah. Luka. Yeah. But here's the thing with the Suns, though, and you might notice it, and I mentioned this before. My issue with the Suns, Ralph, and I think they're gonna respond tonight. My issue with the Suns is, and I was talking to my dad, I was like, yo, you watch them. I'm like, they go stretches where they act like, or they forget that Ayton is on the court. I'm like, bruh, he's the biggest dude out there. Throw him the ball. Give him 15 touches in the post. Like, you up here jagging up threes. Devin Booker running around looking like the great value Mamba. I'm like, I don't know what he's doing. I'm like, yo, like if you don't throw the ball to the post, all you got to throw him the ball and jump hook. There's no, like, he should be getting 18 and 20 shots. I'm sorry. Like if no one else is going, throw it into the post. Because I'm like, who do the Mavs have to defend DeAndre Ayton? Who does anyone have, quite frankly, in the Western Conference right now to defend him anymore? Outside of maybe Adams, maybe Steven Adams. Draymond's a great defender, but he's,
Steven Adams is definitely going. He's an immovable object.
There we go, Adams. Okay, so outside of Adams, though, I mean, Looney. I ain't worried about no Looney. Come on, man. Like, come on. So, right. Wiggins can't do it. Porter can't do it. Porterhouse can't do it. Like, man. Yeah. So I just feel like they go away from Ayton. I'm like, you're going away from the big man, bro.
Getting too perimeter oriented.
Yeah. So if the Suns lose, they deserve to lose. But it's still early. All these series is 2-2 except the Warriors. They're trying to push the Warriors through, man. So
I do think they're trying to push the Warriors through. I was telling the homie the other day on Twitter. I was like, bro, Fix is in. He was like, the Fix. He was so offended, bro, when I said
the way you said it, bro, you're like, the Fix is in.
I said what I said, bro. When Dylan Brooks went out,
oh man,
they suspended him for a whole game.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, bro. Like,
oh man,
don't suspend somebody for the outcome of what they did.
Right.
Because I've seen way worse.
And
nobody was hurt, so we're not even going. Nobody got suspended. But like you suspended people because he got hurt. Brandon Clark could have got hurt in that first game.
Yeah, he could have.
And Draymond literally smacked. He pulled a Will Smith and smacked the shit out of homie. And
he said he pulled a Will Smith, bro.
He smacked the hell out of bros and his jersey and snatched him out there.
Yeah. Draymond is the great. He's like their secret weapon. It's like Unleashed. When he goes from Draymond to Dragon or Dragoon, that's what I call him, Dragoon. Like that Rough Rider, that dude from Rough Riders.
His theme music is DMX wears all black forces.
Oh my goodness, yeah, all black forces, bro, all black forces. So, yeah, but I mean, I will say the playoffs have been fun outside of the Buffalo Wild Wings rest that they're having that looking like Stevie Wonder. You know, they don't see nothing. We'll see, but it's fun because now, I mean, I like kind of how a lot of these series are 2-2 because there's a lot of people who, and I'm not saying you or anything like that, but just what I see, and around and here, that they're just so sure that things are going to happen a certain way. And I'm like, no, you're not. You don't know because they're all 2-2 outside the Warriors. Like even who I think, I'm like, bro, if Javon Carter isn't in the game, you're playing George Hill, who hasn't played all season because you have a freaking infatuation with him from the San Antonio Spurs. They're getting cooked by Tatum. Al Horford is looking like Karl Malone. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're going away from your Krabby Patty formula that worked for you in every single win. And Bobby Portis, you bench him the entire quarter. I'm like, the Celtics win this series, you know what I'm saying? That goes against what I believe, you know what I'm saying? And then if let's say the 76ers, like we were talking about, let's say the 76ers win, and then Embiid is able to break through and get to the conference finals with James Harden, right? So people act like they're so sure and they know stuff. And I'm like, nah, because I set up there, Ralph, and I watched on NBA Countdown before the Suns and Dallas game. Everyone said CP3 was going to have a great bounce back game, and like, yeah, man, he took the notes. And I'm not knocking CP3, but like, yeah, he took the notes. He's going to probably have like 25 or 30 points in this game, and he had 5 points, like 5 fouls. So that's a fun thing about a 2-2 series is anything can go with these series, bro. So I'm actually excited to see what happens this afternoon. So
Me too.
It'll be fun.
Who winning tonight?
Who we got? We got Suns and Mavs.
Yeah.
I got the Suns bouncing back, and I got the 76ers. I think the 76ers are going to steal it.
I got Heat Suns, but I got Suns in 6. Sixers in 6. Not Sixers, but Heat in 6.
Heat in 6? Okay.
But regardless, I think that the Suns are going to win the series regardless, where I don't think that the Heat can go to Game 7 and win.
Oh, wait, in Miami?
Yeah. I think they'll win.
Okay. Yeah, that will definitely be interesting. Will we be back here will our next show be before any potential Game 7s in the Eastern Conference or Western Conference?
I think it should be after.
Okay, after? Okay. So right now
it's like Tuesday, this is Game 5. Then it'll be a Game 6. I would think it would either be just before.
Yeah.
Because lately they've been taking like 2 to 3 days for some games. Like I realized there was no games on Thursday.
Right. Which usually the TNT crew.
Right.
Yeah.
So, there's no games on Thursday. So I don't know what happened or why, but I did peep that.
Okay.
But thank you all for watching. We had a good show today. Make sure you like, subscribe, all of that good stuff on our YouTube and Facebook. The He Say, She Say, all one word channel. Make sure you go like, follow, share, post, all that with my individual socials on the bottom of the screen. At King Ralph, KYNGRALPH. And that goes for Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram.
And you can follow me on the IG, man, at the.house of hoops, NBA highlights, news, content, interviews. You know how it is. All right.
We out of here. Peace out.
Peace.